So now we're going to find our common ratio in our next three terms in the sequence. So we're going to find our common ratio. We're going to find our next three terms. And again with these, let's go to label our terms here. A1, A2, A3. And to find our common ratio, again, we have to divide. So we do A2 divided by A1 and A3 divided by A2. And we're going to fill everything in. So A2 is -1/2. And then A3 is 1/4. We divide that by -1/2 again. Okay, so here we know when we divide, when we come to fractions and we divide, we never really divide. We say we multiply by the reciprocal, right? So we had a thing called keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip there. And there's other ways that people have said it too, but keep, change, flip was what I've learned, and that's what I've taught all these years. So we're going to keep it at keep, change, flip. Keep, change, flip. So in other words, we keep the top part. So we keep the -1/2. We change division to multiplication. And then we flip the bottom number. So in this case, 1 flipped is still just 1. And we just multiply it out now. So that gives us a -1/2. Okay, so not bad. We did the keep here, the K for keep. We changed that to multiplication, and we flipped this part. Okay, so let's try that for the next one. So again, we keep the 1/4, which is on top. Keep the top. Change division to multiplication. And then we flip the denominator. So if we flip 1/2, what would that become? We just make it flip. That would be 2/1. But don't forget your negative, that's right there. Put that right there. Don't forget that negative. There's a negative there, make sure it translates over. So again, we kept the 1/4. We changed division to multiplication. And then we flipped this part here. So keep, change, flip. So now it's going to multiply straight across there. So 1 times -2 is -2. And 4 times 1 is 4. And if you got that part there, they reduce down to -1/2. Remember, you divide by what they have in common. And between 2 and 4, 2 is in common. So if you look at it, both of these numbers are the exact same thing. They are in common. So that means our common ratio, or letter R, is -1/2. It's your common ratio. Okay, so that's not bad. That's our common ratio. Alright, so we know what A1, A2, and A3 are. Now we need to find the next three terms. So we just take, so we already know 1, 2, and 3. So let's start with the third term here, the 1/4. This is A3. Start here. And to find our next term, like when it came to the common difference, we added that number to the next term, added that number to the first term to get the second term, add that number to the second term to get the third term, add that number to the third term to get the fourth term. So each one of those, we added them when it came to arithmetic. Now for geometric, we multiply. We take that common ratio and we multiply it. So the 1/4 is the third term in the sequence. We multiply that by -1/2, -1/2, our common ratio. This part right here. And again, if you multiply straight across, you have 1 times -1, you get a -1. 4 times 2 is 8. This is our fourth term. So that's our fourth term of the sequence. Okay, so now we go ahead and use that fourth term in the sequence. Multiply it by the common ratio again. That's going to give us the fifth term in the sequence. So again, this is A4. Multiply straight across here by common ratio. Say times R times R. It's a common ratio. So 1 times -1 is -1. 8 times 2 is 16. Okay, so not bad. Now we have to just find the last term and then we're done. So this is our A5 term. Our fifth term in the sequence. Now we have to find out our last term. So we write down that fifth term there. Multiply it by what again? The common ratio. Yeah. Alright, so this time we have a -1 times -1. This is a positive 1. 16 times 2 is 32. So that is our next three terms. Okay, so again, just write this out really fast. Our first one was 1, second term is a half, third term is 1/4, our fourth term is -1/8. Our fifth term is -1. I made a mistake. My bad. I'm sorry, guys. So here, I didn't translate that negative over here. So that should be a negative right there. So this should actually be a positive 16. So here's a positive 16. So this should be a negative 1/3. So negative times negative is a positive. So here a positive times a positive 1 times a -1 gives you a -1. So my fault, guys. I messed that up. So with these, it should alternate in signs. So it gives us a positive 1/16 there. So my fault, guys. And then the last one was -1/32. So those are the next three terms. So all we do is take the previous term and multiply it by the common ratio. That's what we did for all of these here. Multiply it by the common ratio. Alright, so that's all it is to find a common ratio and to go ahead and find the next three terms. So now we get a chance for you to practice this out.